Hello, welcome to Dungeon Rolls Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today we're reviewing Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King from 2005, if I'm not mistaken, but the Japanese version is from 2004. Right, there's the back. Rated teen for teen, and if you got the this version of the game, you got a demo for Final Fantasy 12, which the European version I don't think had. Which I first played this game while I was on vacation in Europe, and my parents gave me allowance, right? They gave me like 50 bucks euros, and I was able to buy a copy of this game. But which I spent most of that trip playing on my cousin's PlayStation 2 in Europe, playing Dragon Quest VIII, which thank God the European version had an English. It came with an English version. Oh, thank God for that. But like as soon as I came home. I couldn't play it because it was region locked, and like someone was like, "Oh, you have to get an adapter, right?" And I couldn't. No stores had the stupid adapter, so I had years later. I bought a copy, right? Which if you try to buy a copy of this game now, I think this cost me like $25. I don't know if that's what the going rate is, but yeah, that's what I paid for it. So yeah, this game was developed by Level 5, who did like a lot of games. They did the Dark Cloud games, which I beat Dark Cloud 1. They did a lot of games. They did the Nino Kuni games, and I think they even did like a season of Gundam, which Gundam Age, which was terrible. Which was terrible, right? So yeah, this is a turn-based RPG, and you played the hero who was a palace guard in the kingdom Trodain, which was attacked by an evil wizard named Dulmagus, who 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 cursed the inhabitants of Trodain, turning the castle into ruins, putting vines everywhere. Most of the people turned to stone except for the main character who's part of. They explain why he can't be cursed in the game. He's like the descendant of a legendary hero. Probably what's the name? Elric or Eldrick? I don't know if you ever played like the first 3 Dragon Quest games. They mentioned that. And you have King Troll here, who was turned into some kind of monster, and Princess Medea was turned into a horse, which Genghis calls her the Horse Princess. So the hero also has a pet named Munchie, right? Which I guess he's a hamster. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe a mouse or something. So like yeah, they go on a journey to find and defeat Dulmagus, who cursed our heroes king and kingdom, right? And along the way they meet other people who have been wronged by Dulmagus, except for Yangus. Yangus just joins the group because he was a bandit who was guarding a bridge, and our hero defeated him, so he joined our hero's party. So the game, you start off with 2 party members, which was pretty cool, right? So the other characters is Jessica, who is a sorceress who also can wield whips, right? And her brother was killed by Dulmagus, right? And you also have Angelo here, the Trunks-looking character, who's not on the cover, man. When I first played the game, I actually missed him because I guess I took. That's the thing. When you start off the game, you don't have a world map. It's only after you clear Angelo's origin story? Do you get like his where he becomes a member of the party after you do his quest? Do you get like a map, right? Which totally sucks. The beginning of the game kind of sucks because it's like you have to have like you have to rely on directions because that people gave you, and the directions are not the best, right? Which, you know, totally sucked. But yeah, you do eventually get a world map, right? So, like, yeah, how the game works, it's turn-based RPG, where your characters, when they get to certain levels, they get skill points that they can put into, like, usually, I think it's like 4 or 5 different skills, like different weapons, or like you'll have like one that's unique to them. Like him, he has his skills are sword, spear, boomerang, and courage. Which if you use courage, you get like magic spells, right? Um, Yangus has clubs, um, slaves, axes, and what was the other one? Fisticuffs. I think. Oh, I think they all have fisticuffs. I forget what his last one is. Um, you, Jessica has whips, daggers, or knives. Same difference. Staffs, which you're gonna want to put either Jessica or Angelo, who is the best healer in the party until you get Omni Heal, which only the hero, learns Omni Heal. You're going to want to level up their staff points because that gets that increases your MP, right? You also got items that increase your MP. You also have alchemy in the game, right, where you can create items, right, including equipment. Which that's the only useful thing about the guide is for the alchemy. Other than that, you don't even need a guide, right? Except for where the fuck to go next, and even that guide doesn't tell you. You have to watch. I had to watch someone's Let's Play, right? Because there's a point in the game where most of the game is you following, going town to town, following the trail of Dolmagus, right? And like, there's a point in the game where you learn how to fly, even though you screwed up, you screwed up that quest in the story, right? You still get to learn how to fly, right? And that's when the game, you get completely fucking lost, right? Where you don't know where the fuck to go. Even other people have that problem. So you have to watch, like, I had to watch like Let's Plays on videos on how to figure out where the fuck to go next, man. Because like that's the thing. Before that, it's pretty easy to know where you have to go next. Usually it's just the next town over, right? But when you learn to fly, trying to figure out where to go next sucks, right? It totally does, man. Yeah, that and like my problems I have with the game is that later in the game to level up and to grind for money takes a long ass time. Like, because I got to the final boss at 80 hours in the game, and I had to spend 20 hours grinding to level up my levels. Only 5 levels, right? 20 hours. I only leveled up 5 times, and and then there's like to make new items and shit with the alchemy, jar or whatever it's called. It takes like a long ass time. It took like 10 hours to make like one thing one time. It was like, what the fuck? Or at least it felt like 10 hours. It was like took 2 days to make like a new piece of equipment, man. Which, like, end game, you're gonna use like the alchemy thing a lot to make newer weapons and armor. For the really good weapons and armor in the game, you have to use the alchemy jar or whatever. Yeah, which that has all the recipes, but you can find alchemy recipes in books and stuff, right? Or like NPCs will tell you, right? which the game took me, if you want to know how long it took me to beat this game, 107 hours. And the final boss, man, he fucking tough, man. What man, what was he tough? And the game does this thing where it tricks you twice into thinking you beat the final. There's like 2 final boss fake outs in the game, where at certain points in the game you think like, oh, you beat like Domagus, right? You beat Domagus and you think, oh, the game's over. Wrong, wrong, because it turns out the magic scepter he stole from Trodain has the sealed soul of like this evil like demon king called Ratthorn or whatever, the Lord of Darkness. So you literally the whole point of the objective of the villain in the game was to go around killing descendants of the 7 sages, right? Which some of our characters' relatives were the descendants of the 7 sages, right? And like they once they're all dead, Rapthorn, um, Rapthorn comes alive, and then you have to defeat him like twice, right? One time you have to go for this really fucking tough dungeon that's in a castle in the sky, right? And then like but after you defeat him there, you Imperia, which is this god bird, flies you straight to the Rapthorn, and then you have to pray to the god scepter staff. So like 7 times, and all 4 of your characters have to do that 7 turns in a row for them to summon all the 7 sages. So to destroy his barrier, so you can finally defeat him, right? Which, thank God, in the game that lets you do this, where like the game, if you die, you just spawn at the last place that you saved at, and then you can go fight the final. You can fight a boss again, and then you only have to fight him at the latest stage that you died at. So if you beat the first stage but you died at the second stage, you only have to do it like fight the second stage again. Which that's one thing I liked about the game, right? Is that like you know it's not game over if you die, right? Yeah, so that was good, right? Overall, I enjoyed the game, but I thought the game was too long, and I honestly thought that Dolmagus was a better villain than Rapthorn, because Dolmagus had more of a personality. He had like a dark humor with himself, dark humor, right? And he was a pretty cool character, and like Rapthorn just looks like an evil Majin Buu, right? Which obviously that's what drove me to play the game in the first place, was the Dragon Ball like aesthetics, right? Because this is obviously, if you didn't know, this is the character designs were by Akira Toriyama, right? Which I don't know if that's actually true, man, because like. I mean, I'm sure for the first couple games he did the character designs, but like, has he done the characters designs for all the games since then? I would press the doubt on that, because like, if you look at the main characters of these games, they're just like different versions of Trunks and Goku, right? Which I have like. I have like, I'm going to show off my collection of Dragon Quest games at the end of this video, right? So if I were to give this game a rating, I want to give it an 8 out of 10, right? But to me, this is a 7.5 out of 10. Why it's a 7.5 out of 10 is it's too grind heavy, right? Later game, it takes too long to like. I spent like 20. I could have beat this game under 100 hours, but like, I mean, I couldn't because I had the grind, which was bullshit. And it takes too long for the alchemy, the alchemy thing to make items, right? So like, yeah, I had to wait for like Like, I could have gotten, like, one of the best swords of the game, the metal, what was it called? The Metal King Sword or whatever, right? But it was like, but I was like already at like level 43 with my characters, which you only need to be at level 40. I think level 43 is the best level to beat the final boss. But yeah, because it just takes forever, right, to level up in this game. So like, let's do it at level 43, and some of the equipment that they sell to you at the end game is honestly, yeah, they have high defense stats, but honestly, you're better off not buying them, because like the mirror shields and the mirror armor can totally fuck you over in the middle of boss battles when you're trying to heal everybody, and they reflect magic spells, right? So if you're trying to heal everybody, and because you know the next turn, like, everybody's gonna get wiped out, because the bosses in this game have to have like 3 turns to do attacks and shit, which is one of the problems I have with the game. And like, yeah, if you have those mirror armor, mirror shields equipped, yeah, once in a while they'll deflect magic spells, even ones that are from your allies, which makes no fucking sense, man. That's totally terrible. All right, so you can get screwed. So you're better off not wearing, like, the mirror shields and armor. Just, you're better off with the power shields and power armor, right, or whatever it's called. Yeah, so that's my take on this game. It's a 7.5 out of 10. It's probably level 5's best RPG ever, but it has its problems, right? So next, we're going to for our next review. Usually, I give you guys choices and you pick them, right? But like, you know what? For the next couple games, at least for the next 2 games, I'm going to pick what games I'm going to play to review, okay? You guys picked, like, Digimon World 2, this game, right? So it's like, for the next couple, I'm going to pick, okay? Which, I'm going to play one of the Wild Arm games. I couldn't get this one to work, even though the disc is fine. So there's something wrong with my PS2 where it doesn't play certain games after 2005, right? Which is a 2005 game, works perfectly on my PlayStation 2, but a bunch of them don't work. So it's probably going to be either Wild Arms 3 or Wild Arms 2. I also have Wild Arms 5, but this is from 2007. So, like, yeah, I need to get a new PS2, man. I know it's not my copy of Wild Arms Ultra Code F. That's the problem, because, one, I paid $130 for this game, and there was no scratches, and I only played this game once for like an hour or two when I first got it, right? So it's like, shit. So, but it's probably going to be Wild Arms 3, right? But after Wild Arms 3, we're going to play a PS1 game, and I'm going to give you guys the choices, right, to vote on. Which, don't vote now, but the choices are going to be Chrono Cross, not Wild Arms, Arctilad 3, and, fuck, I forgot the other one. Oh, Legend of Legaia, which is another game developed by the people who made, Wild Arms, and, I forgot what the 4th choice was, but there's gonna be at least 4 PS1 games that you guys can vote on, right? So I'm gonna show off my Dragon Quest game collection, right? Which, if you've never played the demo for Final Fantasy 12, it's actually pretty fun, right? Yeah, because you get like 2 dungeons to play, and then you have like really good equipment and shit. And some of the summons, right? Which I missed out on some of the summons. I think I beat the Final Fantasy 12 with only 2 summons. So, some of the games I got for Dragon Quest are Dragon Warrior Monsters. This is a used copy. This is for the Game Boy. I have a box copy, but I was too lazy to get it. Alright. Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. What does that say? Kobe's Journey, because Kobe's the main character. Alright. So, Enix. I don't know if you can read, you can see that. Dragon Quest 7, which, too lazy to get the case for that. Dragon Warrior for the NES. Dragon Quest 4, Chapters of the Chosen. Which, one of the problems with this game is, like, you can talk to your party members. There's a button to talk to your party members to find out what you're supposed to do next in the game, right? And the people who ported this game were too lazy to put that in. So it's easy to get lost in this game. Right, so you're going to definitely need a guide for that one. Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride, which this game gets compared to Phantasy Star 3 a lot because you have the generations, right, of characters. Because you start off this game where you play him as a kid, and then, like, you know, later he gets older, right? And then, like, those are his kids. Well, that's his wife, and those are his kids. Though you have you have two choices of wives, and the kids will be the same, but they'll just have different hair colors, right? Yeah. Also, in this game, you can tame monsters, which I totally forgot to mention about. So this game, you can also, there's a side quest where if you bring certain monsters to this guy named Mori, you can unlock the monsters, like, tower or whatever, so you can, like, you know, capture monsters and, like, you know, fight them in the tower, right? Because I accidentally killed one of the monsters early on in the game that you were supposed to catch for Mori's palace, I couldn't do that side quest. So you could have, so, like, you could unlock in this game the, like, monster taming and monster battles, but because I accidentally killed one of the monsters for the side quest, I couldn't unlock the monster taming in this game, which sucks because I'm kind of a fan of, like, Pokemon style games. I own, like, 4, like, Dragon Quest monster games, so I was super pissed off about that, man. That's why I'm giving it 7.5. But yeah, that's fucking bullshit, man. They should have made it where those infamous monsters respawn, or they don't show up until after you get the side quest from Mori. That was bullshit. So if I ever want to do that shit in Dragon Quest 8, I have to start a new game and avoid the infamous monsters, right? Or at least the first 3. Yeah, so that sucked. Yeah. Oh, also, this game is available for the 3DS, and if you play the 3DS version, you can recruit Mori and Red, which is like Yangis's bandit girlfriend. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is like this Dragon Quest I would totally recommend to people, and it got an animated movie, but it's all CGI, called Dragon Quest Your Story, which I haven't seen it yet, but at some point I'm going to review that, right? Apparently the same people who made that game, made that movie, also did the Dragon Heart or whatever. They made a movie based off, like, an MMO that sucks. Which you can play on a tablet, man. Yeah. So next is Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. Alright. This case is dirty. Awesome game. Dragon Quest Monsters 2 Joker. You have a different protagonist. Yeah. So, Dragon Quest 11, obviously, I have this game. I almost beat it last year, but I got bored. I got bored, right? Also, another problem I have with Dragon Quest 8, you can buy different outfits for different pieces of armor can change Jessica's outfit, but not the main hero. But in this game, once you get to a certain point, he wears armor, which that was cool. He doesn't. But I also forgot to say that the graphics for this game were really good really good at the time, right? And like this is one of the early PS2 games I know that where you equip swords and shields and actually shows like the new weapons and armor, which a lot of games still don't do that. I'm looking at you, Star Ocean, you piece of shit, which is why I'm not fucking getting the new Star Ocean. I bought Star Ocean is now on PlayStation 4, and they still don't show the new weapons and armor when you get them. What the fuck? So the last game I got, Dragon Quest Swords for the Wii, the Masked Queen and the Tower of Mirrors, which this is an underrated game. It only takes like 12 hours to beat, but I really enjoyed it. Alright. This is also one of the few Dragon Quest games I actually beat in. Because besides from Dragon Quest 8, I've only beaten Dragon Quest 5 and this. I still haven't beaten Dragon Quest Warriors or whatever the fuck the Muso Dragon Quest game is, which I own, but the case is like a piece of shit now. So yeah, that's why I'm not showing it. But yeah, that's it for my Dragon Quest games. So look forward to my next game review, and and I'll post I'll post a video of showing off my SNES RPGs next week, because I was supposed to do it this week, but you know what? I did the Hunter x Hunter video, and I'm doing this, so yeah, enough game content